From West USA Realty, this is Don't Do That with Managing Broker Bob Stevens, aka Broker Bob. What do you have for us today, Bob?
I have lots of stuff today after getting over that Father's Day thing yesterday. That was something. Matter of fact, my daughter came over and brought me a book called Life is Good. A book, 270 pages in this. It's heavy too, in this book, and I read it all yesterday, the whole thing. I got some stuff done anyway, got a book read. Oh, I hope you guys read books. Oh, there's so much there that will motivate you want to do better in whatever you're doing. I don't care if it's real estate or whatever. I was thinking about, and I've got a bunch of names I wrote down here. A bunch of people that work here, West USA, and they've been here as long as I have. There's got to be a reason why people stay here. I know we're telling people, well, we got this and that and all kinds of stuff for you. You come over here, I will take care of you. But even more important than that is the folks that have been here for years and years and years. I got one guy here, I knew him when he worked at Realty Executives, and I wasn't even in real estate then. So that's 47 years back. I knew him then. And as soon as Clay started this West USA over here, or he came over here because he knew Clay, knew been working around him for many years. So that was nice. And we got many people that are fantastic, unbelievable. Once they get started here, they don't go away. That's what I'm pointing out today. And I hope there's a lot of you listening that have been here for a while. Well, let me give you a few little things here that happened in this past week, just small stuff. Here's one of the gals sent me an email. As a matter of fact, I wasn't even on duty, but she sent me an email anyway. I saw it, and I will answer that, even though I'm not working. I will always answer stuff like that. She wanted to know about the appraisal. She got the appraisal in. Does she have to tell? Now this is the buyer. Does she have to tell the other agent how much the appraisal came in at? No, the only thing in the contract says on lines 107 and 108, the appraisal must be acceptable to the lender per the contract. That's all you need to say. Yes, we got the appraisal in and it was acceptable to the lender. In this case, it came in a little higher, and she doesn't want to tell the other agent, and she doesn't have to. It just came in acceptable to the lender. Let's get on with it and close it. Away we go. And it wasn't much. It was only $1,000 in this case, but you never know what people start thinking about this stuff. And one other thing come in, it was sent into the corporate office of all places. And a little bit of yada, you know, and he wasn't talking to his agent or something. And he said different things here, and I wondered, well, why is he saying these things? He said he never really put in an effort. He says, is this what this company is known for? Well, for crying out loud, the whole company gets the rap here if somebody didn't return a call. So that's why it's so important to return calls. I hate stuff like this. And it brings me to a point where I used to have a Cadillac, and I took Cadillac down to the dealer, and by the end of the day, and I stayed down there waiting for it. That was many years ago, I think 1982 or something. And they lost my car. Well, I waited around, waited around. Finally, they found it up on the roof. They hadn't done the work on it. And my wife at that time told me, why don't you start buying Lincolns? And I did. And I've been with Ford ever since. Cadillac doesn't even know that I went away. And then that's what hurts about these certain things. I did it myself. I did it to Cadillac. And it's a good car, I guess. But here it is. Is this what this company is known for? So 3,000 other people get the rap from one person. So I called him up and made peace with him. I called the agent, and he was very direct about it. Got it taken care of. So that was what was important there, is that we're able to at least work on these things. When you don't know about them, you can't work on them, you know? So I took care of that. Just one of the different things. And here's another one that came in here. This is a 1935 home one of the gals had listed, and they don't want anything fixed, the buyers don't, except for one thing on the Binzer they put in there. They want the seller to do an inspection on the sewer system, but they don't want anything fixed, and they said that. Well, now, if you find something wrong with the sewer system, I suggested it's not a good idea for them to do any kind of an inspection, the seller. Seller do an inspection? No. Well, the seller wanted to do an inspection. So, okay, go ahead and do it. But if she finds something bad, where does that put her? Well, then she's going to have to disclose it. And if she discloses it, puts it in a notice disclosure form, sends it over, then the buyer has got 5 days to think about it. So that's the only bad part. They're getting ready to close, by the way, but I don't know if they what happened on that inspection that the seller is doing, but I never like it when a seller does an inspection. Never like it. Okay. Let's see. We got something kind of important here that came down, and I told you about it before. And, somebody put in their listing, association fee includes, and then the guy wrote down there, the listing agent, exterior maintenance of unit, the roof repair, the front yard maintenance, common area maintenance. So that means that if the paint is the wrong color, you see, you're supposed to pay for that, but they don't. They don't. So the listing agent didn't think about these things. And I told you about this before. Well, they don't think about it. Well, I sent information over to the buyer, bought it a year ago, by the way. We're not going to paint it because whatever it says in the MLS, we don't warrant that. The only thing we work with is a contract. Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, you know, this guy took that. He didn't say a word. Then he went to the real estate department and filed a complaint. Well, we've talked to Judy Lowe, the real estate commissioner, before, and if you write something wrong in your listing and people rely upon that, they're going to call that false advertising, and they're going to get you down to the real estate department. No matter what we put in these listings, that it must be verified and all that stuff. Yeah, it must. But if you write something that's wrong, got a problem. So I called the agent up and I said, what do you want to do about this? They're going to go to the real estate department. They're going to bang you down there. It may be bad news. What does the guy want? Well, he wants our guy to pay for the paint job that he needs to do on it. So the guy said, well, I'll do whatever you tell me, Bob. So I talked to Dwayne Faust, and we both agreed he probably, this is up to him, pay the $1,200 for the paint job and get that out of the way. And would that be enough? Not really. What you got to do then is get a release and indemnification in full of all claims. Something I wrote several years ago for the consideration of $12,000 or $1,200, not $12,000. The adequacy and receipt of which is hereby acknowledged, a release, acquit, indemnify, and forever discharges West USA Realty, its brokers, agents, and employees from any and all rights, claims, actions, demands, and damages of any kind, known or unknown, existing or arising in the future, or complaints to administrative agencies such as ADRE, Better Business Bureau, or whatever. So we put down the address there and the agent's name as being the selling agent, and send it over there to get it signed. And the guy says, yeah, I'll go for that. He says, I'll sign your disclaimer too. So that was good. We got that one out of the way. Would he have won at the real estate department? You know, I don't really think so. I think they're looking at things a little different down there. So one thing you want to be sure you don't make mistakes on stuff like this. So that's on the listing form, and it has all the stuff there you fill in, and features about the HOA and everything. Be careful how you fill that out. If you fill it out, know what you're talking about. Better be sold. That's just a thought for you. I don't like thoughts like that sometimes, but hopefully there's enough people listening to this that you'll understand. Be very careful of the way you fill stuff out. You want to make sure that it's correct. We don't want calls down here, and we will help you if we get a call down here. I'm glad they do call for the brokers. If they call for the brokers, then we got a chance to help you and make sure that we bail out somehow and make sure there's no issues. There's something that came up here. You guys all got this, I'm sure, from Armless. Armless has live webinar classes. That looks good to me. Live webinars. You can tune in and they'll tell you all about a lot of stuff, searching in Flex MLS, listing in Flex, showing time, monsoon, and more, and all kinds of stuff they're going to teach you if you tune in. Get on the Armless site. You can learn a lot from that. And let's see. Wednesday is the Cromford report again. Somebody asked me for that address, and I sent it to them. It was just one person last week, but that is really good. We've got Tina Tambor down there. She does this, and she does it from home, I guess. But she gets online there and starts talking to you and showing charts, graphs, and exactly what's going on. And she keeps that up. She goes for 1 hour. And I think she could do another hour because she just babbles on. She's got it down pat. She's good at this. And you'll find that business is good. It really is. So I hope you'll listen to that. And you can go to Bob at West USA if you wish, and I'll send that address to you, or broker Bob at cox.net, either one. And then somebody sent this out. I think it was Riz Media. Sure has with working from home presents some real estate challenges, but even more opportunities. That's what gets me, the opportunities. What opportunities are there? You're kind of hustled away because of this pandemic and whatnot, but wait a minute, there's people that want to buy houses. What kind of house do they want? They want more room and more amenities, and they want an office in it because they want to stay home and work from home too. So that gives you all kinds of opportunities. As a matter of fact, if you're staging a house, it says in this article here, to be sure and make one of the rooms into an office if you're staging it, and show the a desk and stuff in there. Well, that's some good stuff. People want a dedicated office. Right here in this article, I can send it to you if anybody wants it. Yeah, Riz Media, Andrew King has the article in there in Riz Media. That's always good to have that. And then we got another article, Social Media for Real Estate, Basecamp. And there's 2 pages of this stuff here. Well, no, wait a minute, about a page and a half. And there's so much to be said here. And I've noticed that agents are saying all kinds of stuff about stuff that's happening out there in downtown, and the cops and everybody. And they're expressing their opinions. And I've even seen more than one saying, I don't know, just they don't need to be saying these things. And I know it's their feelings, but it's okay if they say it, but just make sure that you don't involve West USA with it somehow. Because we don't want to be drawn into any of that stuff as somebody that supports this or that. And so we're going to be talking about that. The brokers will. We just want to make sure that we don't get into any kind of trouble with any of this stuff, because code of ethics applies here if you mention anything about a real estate firm. So try to stay as far out of it as you can, even though you've got the feelings and everything, and it's okay to express it, as long as it's your thought, not ours. Here's one that came. Business Today, sales are the lifeblood of any company. And this is put out by Harvey McKay. Every Monday he puts out an article. And I save all these articles because I ask for it on the computer here. And you can go in and ask for it too. And get this stuff, deal with rejection and all types of things here. Rejection is a part of life. Deal with it and move on. But he's got a really good article here today, and no sense of going through that. But if you want to get these articles, simply subscribe to them. Harvey McKay, he sells envelopes for a living. My goodness. And here's another one. There's a Supreme Court decision coming down, or that did come down, on some stuff here, but I want you to know about this booklet that's been put out by NAR, and it's called NAGLREP, NAGLREP, National Association of Gay and Lesbian Real Estate Professionals, and they have an LGBT real estate report. So this is something to have if you work in this market. There's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of people buying and listing and doing all kinds of stuff. So this is a real good book. You go to NAR and get it. NAGLREP is the booklet, and I printed some off, and matter of fact, if you come to me, I'll send you one of these booklets so that you've got it with you. The other thing that I've noticed is moving with pets. That's one of the biggest marketplaces you can be in. And I keep thinking about it and thinking about it. And why doesn't somebody really get with it? Because I notice all of you, now that you're staying home, you're all putting in pictures of your pets and saying different things. And sometimes some of them pass away. And it was one the other day, it's only 6 years old. And that was quite a story. But this tells you how to move with pets. This book that I've got here, I'll send it to you for nothing. It's a bonus report for 450 ideas to help your home sell faster. So that's quite a deal there. And then it says moving with your children. It's a bonus report. And moving with your pets, a bonus report. I don't mind sending these to you. I just send them to you, and you can make what you want out of it. But it's pretty good stuff when you say that you've got information regarding the move. So get with that. I think it would help a lot, especially with pets. Do you know where pet parks are at? I can tell you some of them. Excuse me, and I will in a minute. The other thing that I asked you to take a look at was at Home with Diversity. I have a participant's guide here. This is really something that you really need to do, and NAR has it on sale. It's $100 to do it, but for $50 now you can get it done until the end of the month. That is a good one to go into. It's 6 hours of stuff, and I really think you ought to take a look at it. Let's see if we can go over to the right side of the screen there. You see Broker Bob link. And if you go there, click on that, and I think they give you something here. She was going to set it up so you could go to, what you need to do is go to www.realtypower.us. Although I don't know how in the world you're going to do it. Because it's I'm not sure how to get into something like that.
Under the handouts tab on the right-hand side on the webinar control panel, there's a Word document that has the link in it that they can copy and paste into a web browser.
Okay, well, I don't see how I can get into it from here, because I have to actually shut this webinar off to get into it so I can get into that site. It's not going to work very well that I can see.
There should be an orange arrow on your control panel that you can click, and then it'll like remove it from the screen, and then you'd be able to pull up your web browser to pull it up yourself.
Well, I'm not very good at that, so I can't see how that's done.
All right.
Well, I'm just going to skip by that, and I want to tell you folks, www.realtypower.us, and you may have to wait till we get done with this, because I don't know how to do it. And I want you to look especially the Adobe thing. You have to say yes, that you let Adobe work for you in there. And then you've got numbers 1, 2, and then 4 through 9 are very valuable sites that tell you how to market yourself. And you find out about the in marketing, you talk about the dog parks and everything. There's some real good information in there that I've got in. There's different affirmations. Take and read those every morning. I do. I read those affirmations about life and my business and what I'm doing. And it's very important to get that good feeling going into the day. So that's all in there. I hope that you'll get in there and take a look at it. And then I've got on one of those sites there, books. There are so many great books that will help you as far as selling real estate or living life or doing anything. And I read them all. I have got a lot of books in there and I've read them all. I need to get a bookcase. But one of the things that came up on this Life is Good book here, that Dr. Seuss became somebody that started writing books back about 1957 or so. And he wrote one book called Green Eggs and Ham. And you know that Dale Hillard made up a program on that, a 3-hour program, and got it approved by the real estate department for credit hours of 3 hours. Unbelievable. And it was a very good class, and I've attended it more than once. Green Eggs and Ham. So that's a good book to read, and it's Dr. Seuss, but I loved it. Anyway, those are, let's see. Oh, yeah, I got this one other issue that came up. And this was a lady that called me. She's a broker, and she called me up. She wanted to know about her property. She says, "What's the matter with you people there?" And she says to the telephone operator, "Is this your culture at West USA? You won't return calls?" That's another broker. Now, she's a broker of her own company there, but she had made an offer on a property, and it went back and forth and whatnot. And the last time it went back there, the seller decided not to respond anymore to it. And so I asked her, I said, "Did you have a cutoff date on this?" She says, "Yes, 11 o'clock this morning." I said, "Well, it's 3:30 right now." She says, "I know it, and I want an answer." But wait a minute. You withdrew your offer at 11 o'clock if you didn't get an answer by then. Did you know that? She says, "Oh, yeah, I guess I do know that." Well, my guy doesn't have to answer you from this point on because you withdrew your offer. When you put that number down there at 11 o'clock or whatever the date is, remember this: once that time comes, you're dead in the water. And myself, I would rather just not put anything in there and just leave it alive for whatever time that I choose to pull out of the thing. Then I send them an email and say, "That's it, I'm out." But that's something you need to think about. When that time comes, out of it. So I called the agent. He says, "Oh, yeah, I know, but we don't want that offer." And he was way up north driving his car or something. I said, "Well, then you're well within your rights." He says, "I'll give her a call anyway." I said, "She wants to make a better offer," is what it was. Well, she doesn't make a better offer, is what I heard. And she got worse offers coming in. So I don't know what happened with that with our guy from the Arrowhead office, but we'll see where it went. Yeah, we're coming to the end of the road here where we've got 129, so we got to get out of the road here and let somebody else take over. I'm happy to have talked with you this week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Well, that's the problem. I can't see you, though, can I? Well, anyway, there must be somebody out there. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.